Hello, this is going to be a short video on how to create your own Google Classroom. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to sign into your Google account by going to this top right and clicking on it and signing into your Google account. Once you've signed in, you can then click on this 3x3 box in the top right corner, and then you're going to scroll all the way down until you see the tab of Classroom. You're going to click on that, and now you're actually in Google Classroom itself. So to create your own classroom, you're going to go up to the top right and you're going to click on this plus. Once you're there, you're going to click Create Class. You're going to check the checkbox and click Continue. Now this is the first step of you actually creating and customizing your own Google Classroom. So the first thing is class name. So what you're going to do is put in, usually what I do is put in like Mr. or Mrs. depending on who you are, and your last name and class. And you'd fill out all this information depending on what class you actually have and what you're assigned when you become a full-on teacher. And so you can, for right now, make up a different section. 004. We'll do AP Biology and make up a room. So once you put all that information in, you're going to click Create. It might take a second, so don't panic if it takes a little bit to load up your new Google Classroom. Alright, so once it loads, it'll put you directly into the Google Classroom that you just created. From here, you can customize it and do whatever you think would look nice, and that would help you with how your students would learn and get the information. So I'm going to go over a little bit of each of these tabs that they have on the top of the screen. The first one is Stream. This is kind of similar to like a Facebook page or timeline because it has all the information that the teacher you would post on here. So one of the big things that they have on here is the class code. So if you just make this and it's your first day in the classroom and you want your students to join it, where we clicked that plus earlier and we clicked Create Classroom, they would click Join Classroom and they would type in this code. So all the assignments and everything you post will pop up on this Stream page. So moving on to the Classroom tab, Classwork tab. Here, this is where you would make different assignments and assign them to your students. So obviously you would click Create, and they have all the different types of assignments you can create in Google Classroom. The next tab is People. This is where you would add students individually. If you did not see them and they couldn't see the code, you can send them an email and send them like a notification or invitation to join your class. So to do that, you would go to the Students tab and go to this little person with the plus next to it. You click on that and you type in their email or their name depending if Google would recognize it, but most likely you'll probably have to type in their email. And then once you typed it in, you can click Invite at the bottom right. The last tab is the Grades tab. Moving back to the Classwork tab, you have to think about when you assign the different assignments, you're eventually going to grade those assignments. When you grade the individual assignments, those grades are going to pop up in the Grades tab. What's neat about Google Classroom is that once you have all these assignments graded, you can click on a button and export all of the grades into an Excel file for you. So that's one of the neat things because it'll make your own little grade book in Excel and you won't have to manually transfer the grades from Google Classroom to an Excel file. So that just about covers everything. Thank y'all for listening.